Hello. In this video, we'll be talking about the expectancy violation theory and how our experiment was a good example of it. Our experiment was to enter a stranger's personal zone and hold a conversation either positive or negative with our friend and see if the stranger would either engage, react, or not do anything at all. It's expected that if you saw somebody sitting down and doing work, sitting down and eating, sitting down and talking to their own friend, you wouldn't invade their space or bring up your own issues. You'd walk away and leave them be. We predict that holding a positive conversation within the personal zone will cause a positive reaction, whereas a negative conversation still in the personal zone will cause a negative reaction. We do recognize that any reaction is possible. Anybody could be mad, upset, or excited about what's going on. When doing this experiment, we had 3 main reactions that we noticed. This first one was that the person would just remove themselves from the situation. They'd obviously look uncomfortable, so they pack their stuff up and walk away. The second reaction example would be that the person would react to the story's subject, but wouldn't engage completely. This means they'd glance up, or they'd chuckle, or they'd look uncomfortable, but they wouldn't get up and walk away, and they also wouldn't talk to us. Finally, the third and most rare example was that the person would actually engage in the subject of the conversation we were talking about. As far as results go, when it came to negative conversation, we talked about 1, a cheating partner, and 2, failing midterms. When talking to males, we got 4 no reactions and 1 engaged who gave advice. When talking to females, we got 3 that had no reaction and 2 that engaged and were apologetic. Our positive conversation topics were having a new puppy, winning $400, and passing our midterms. When talking to male subjects, none of them ever had a reaction. When talking to females, 4 had no reaction and 1 laughed. These graphs show us that females tended to react more often than males, and in general, everybody reacted more to a negative conversation than a positive conversation. This goes directly against our hypothesis. Our experiment took place on the YPC campus, mainly the library and the commons. We did this so that we could be doing it on college students that we relate to and we knew were in similar situations as us to see who was paying attention and who related to our conversations. We did this experiment on 20 test subjects, 10 girls and 10 guys. For each group of girls and guys, we did 5 positive conversation topics and 5 negative. We weren't surprised at the findings of our experiment because we knew that this experiment welcomed many kinds of reactions and all of them were understandable. We don't believe that this action is very common. We do think that maybe you could encounter it in the daily life, but it isn't expected. Our findings are important because it gave us information on how often people are paying attention to what is around them and what kind of conversation is accepted in public. It also showed us what happens when you invade on someone's space.